Coming up today on That LTD Life, we're checking out a video creation tool on AppSumo called FlexClip. It promises to allow us to create and record videos, movies, and slideshows within minutes. Is it too good to be true? Well, let's find out. Here is the AppSumo deal page. This has been on AppSumo before. I have never personally used it. 435 reviews, almost all of them 5 tacos. So the AppSumo folks love it. Let's find out if it's worth the buzz. You can see it starts at $69 here. Let's view the plan details. Now, right out of the gates, one thing I don't really care for in this deal is that the quality of the videos, not just the number of videos or how much storage you get, but the overall quality of the videos depends on which plan you pick. So in my mind, no one should pick plan 1 because 720p videos are not very good unless people are only watching those videos on their phone. If anyone at all might watch your video on, let's say, a television or a laptop, you're going to want to go at least with plan 2 because then you're going to get 1080p videos. And honestly, most people should future-proof things and get the 4K videos, $207. So, you get all of the features here except for the stock videos on the other plans. But man, I got to say, if you're going to go for one of them, probably should be plan 3. So what that means is I have to bite the bullet and get plan 3. Now, thankfully, I am an AppSumo Plus member, so I'm going to get 10% off of this. I won't quite be paying $207. By the way, it's AppSumo Plus Day, which lasts most of the week. I've got the details for that down below in the description. There's all sorts of fun promotions going on over at AppSumo, so definitely check that out. They're not sponsoring this video or anything, but if you're a Plus member, you probably should find out about that. And if you're not a Plus member, you should get signed up. I have a link for that too. So let's go ahead and check this out. I'm going to pick up my plan. This is one of those old school AppSumo deals where you've got codes. And so because I bought plan 3, I've got 3 separate codes I need to redeem. This kind of gives me some nostalgia. I'm going to quickly get my account set up and I'll be right back. All right, for the account setup, I can either log in with Google, Facebook, or my preferred method, which is email. I'm going to do that. It is a password system. If you're curious, sometimes they do those magic links where you always have to log into your email. They do set you up with a username and password, which is very nice. So here I am. I am inside of my lifetime accounts. I'm going to go ahead and create a video. All right, so here I am inside of the product. This reminds me very much of InVideo, which was one of the very first videos I made on this channel about 5 years ago. Obviously, this is a different product altogether, but it has a similar type of feel to it. It looks like it's going to be mainly geared towards people that are creating short social media promotional videos, lots of vertical stuff going on here. But we do have some AI features like AI video generation, AI subtitles, AI text-to-speech, AI translators. So if you're trying to make like maybe a faceless channel on YouTube, maybe you can do that with this. We'll find out as I dig in a little bit deeper. On the left-hand sidebar, I've got a big orange button to create a video. Otherwise, I can see my existing projects, and I can also see the templates they have available and any favorited templates that I have added. Let's actually see how to do that. So let's say I love this cricket match one. I could click on the little favorite star up there, and it's going to live over here in my favorites. So that's a nice touch. It looks like we can do this for videos, images, audio, elements, and effects. I think those are all fairly self-explanatory, except for elements. I need to figure out what that is. Well, I guess effects too. That's not totally obvious. So right here under elements, let's go browse some elements. Okay, so these are going to be like little things you add into your video. Like they have Jiffy here. So if I wanted to add in this Paris Olympic GIF, I could do that, or GIF. I think I call it GIF, I'm pretty sure. All right, so yeah, let's say I just absolutely love this cart. I can click the triple dots and favorite it. And then at the top of elements, there is a favorite section where I can see all of my favorite elements. Same thing goes for templates. Here is the template that I favorited. It's in the favorite section. Of course, I can still browse the other ones. The other type of media that I was a little unsure of was effects. So you can see kind of what these look like here. They're basically going to be special effects that you can put on your video. So now that we know what everything is, let's start to make an actual video. I'm going to start off with the template to begin. So let's go ahead and find one that looks good. How about this one right here? Technology Clean App Promo. And click on this. It's like there's 9 different pages. Let's apply them. It says, choose the way to apply the template after the existing scenes or replace all. I'm going to choose replace all, even though I didn't have anything else in the video. And there we go. I've got a little timeline down below with all of my cards, and then there's some audio. All right, let's check this out. right, so there's about 20 seconds of the video. It's actually a minute long. Looks pretty good, right? I mean, playback is a little stuttery. That's okay. That's probably just like browser playback stuff. Once you export it, it's going to be just fine, I'm sure. But let's find out how much customization we can actually do here. So I'm going to click on the very first card here, and you're going to see the different elements. So I can change the title here. I'll just say client amp, and then I'll place my logo in here. So with my logo selected, I'm going to go up here to replace, and I'll click on that. And then I can upload a file, or I can see the item that I favorited before. That's cool. That shows up here. All right, so I just uploaded a logo. There we go. That looks pretty nice. And let me just update this button. Now it says clientamp.com. All right, so that's customized. Let's go to the next screen. And by the way, I can move this around. I think it would look better, kind of in the middle of this. All right, now let's go to the next screen over here. This is screen number 2. And this is something that I can modify. Now I just changed it, right? So if I want to undo that change, I can just hit the back arrow key there. Oh, that actually got rid of the frame. Let's not do that. Oh, came back. All right. Didn't actually change anything. It came back. So I can update all of this copy. All right, I'm going to update this. Trusted support for content creators. All right, I'm putting in some cheesy copy here. Don't judge me. I'm just kind of doing this off the cuff. I want to point out that I am using the Safari browser right now, and a lot of very simple web apps that I use really struggle with Safari. Not a lot, but frequently with AppSumo deals in particular, they give me more issues with Safari than other regular websites. However, I'm using FlexClip inside of Safari, and so far, no issues at all. Well, I guess there, that frame disappeared, but other than that, we've been good. All right, I can just move this text wherever I want it to go. Now, I'm a big fan of platforms like Final Cut Pro and DaVinci Resolve, like, heavy duty professional offline editors. But I gotta say, doing something like this on that application, I mean, you'd have to use multiple programs to get there. It would be very, very difficult, even just to add in a title. You don't have the kind of on-screen controls that we do here with FlexClip. So in general, I like those professional, big, bulky offline applications. However, I can definitely see the appeal so far of FlexClip. So I'm just going to go over to our website here and just download this image of myself. And then back over in FlexClip, I'll choose this phone. And what I want to do is replace it. So it looks like it's actually grouped together. That frame is separate. So maybe what I could do is take a screenshot of our website and then put that on here. That would be cool. All right, I just took a screenshot of my phone and then airdropped it over to my computer. So I want to select this image here. And it looks like it's kind of a wide image in general, like it's a background. All right, so I've removed the background from the phone. Now I just want to add in my image here, which if I drag it right on top, it's going to replace that frame. So I don't want to do that. Instead, I'm just going to drop it next to it and then just manually resize it. If you notice there's a notch here, well, the image that they had on there was covering up that notch. So I'm going to see if I can find a way with the layers to put this behind the notch. But I don't know if it's a transparent image to begin with. So we'll find out. Yeah, it looks like their placeholder here does not have a transparent center, which is a little bit of a bummer. Let's see if we use their background remover, if we can get that white to be removed. Let's find out. So I'm going to choose this part here for what I want to erase. Looks like that works, like that little bit, but it didn't do it automatically. So I'd have to actually go in there and, manually draw it out. It'd be easier just to find a image that was already customized for this. All right, so we'll cancel this. We'll just send our phone to the back, make this look as good as possible, which honestly, that looks pretty good other than the corners down here are obvious. And now what happens if I play the video through here? I think this will look pretty cool. Okay, so those weren't grouped together. I'd have to go in here and select this and group them. Now let's check it out. Nope, didn't work. So like on these cards, there's these little transitions between each card. So I can double click on these, actually right here on these gray kind of handlebars. I can double click on these and it opens up this expanded editor timeline view where I can see the animations that are coming in. So it'd be nice if I could preview these as I kind of move over, but it looks like I can do it this way. So Here is my text. I can see each element as it comes in. Looks like this is my actual screenshot. So I'd want to move this so that it's timed perfectly with that one. And now let's check out the card. It wasn't flawless, but I think I need to apply the same animation or somehow apply the animation to the group, which it's not currently. Yeah, okay, so here's what I did. I've got the frame of the phone selected, and then I clicked on animation, and then the in animation is set to be a fade in that's going up and lasts 1.5 seconds. So if I were to somehow group those together, I could just apply that, or I suppose I can just select this, go to animation, fade in, up, and set it to be 1.5 seconds. Now, it should all look pretty. Let's watch it. Pretty good experience there. I gotta say, for a web app, it's very, very capable. Now, I could go through and demo every single feature in this video, but it would be 19 hours long. So instead, let's try to hit on the major points here. We've seen how to customize a template, kind of watch me stumble through it and eventually figure things out. But let's try some of the other features like the AI stuff. So over here under tools, I can do AI text to speech. So to turn the text into natural sounding voices. Let's check that out. I'm just gonna literally copy the text that's in the slides already as though someone were narrating it to us as it went by. I'll paste it in and I can choose a voice here. We've got Jenny, a female. My options are kind of limited. I'm not able to click around very much. Oh, maybe I have to generate. Yeah, as far as I can tell, there's only one voice, but I'll dig into that. First, let's just hear what Jenny sounds like.
Trusted support for content creators. The support and hosting company for content creators by content creators.
All right. So, I mean, like, I definitely would just say that myself, but it was audio. So if I wanted to use this in my project, I could save it to my media. It actually downloads as well, but it should be in my media here. Yeah, sure. Sure enough, there it is. As I hover over it, it starts playing. Trusted support. So I'm going to just drag it into the timeline and I can put it, let's say I'm going to put it right here. So it ends at the end of the second slide. So let's play it through from the beginning.
Trusted support for content creators. The support and hosting company for content creators by content creators.
All right, so you're getting the idea. I could build a promo video for our company here in pretty much no time at all. That's kind of exciting and, you know, looks really good, and I can customize this template to be exactly what I need. Now, there is a subtitle feature as well. So if I wanted to do the narration and also add in subtitles, I could do that. There's AI auto-subtitles as well as manual subtitles. So you can upload a file or just type it in yourself if you like. However, I'm going to try the AI subtitles, see how this goes. There's a few different templates here. We can scroll over, actually quite a bit more than a few. See if they're customizable. So let's say I chose this cool text. Can I actually change them? It looks like that's the kind of the style. All right, let's hit generate. And it's going to generate that for me. All right, we've kind of frozen a little bit around 19%. Now remember, this is a fairly short video without a lot of audio, but there is still talking behind music. So, or music behind the talking. So it will be interesting to see how it does on that. Looks like it nailed it. It's trusted support for content creators. All right, let's see what this looks like when we play it back.
Trusted support.
There we go.
For content creators. The support and hosting company for content creators by content creators.
All right, so there they are. I can click in and actually edit this if I needed to change the timing or fix any of the mistakes, but that worked very well. Pretty impressed. Not a huge fan of the template, but you know, it is what it is. There is a translation option here as well. So I can click on this and I can choose a language to translate this to. It looks like it says, click to choose language. Although just like the voices, I'm not able to select a different language here. It's grayed out. So maybe this feature is coming. I'm not sure. This could be one of those Safari issues. All right, so let's say we wanted to use some of our own video or own audio right inside of this platform. You can definitely do that. Over in the media section, you can either upload your own files here that you recorded with whatever app you like to use, or if you have a camera and an SD card, you want to import it, you could do that. Otherwise, you can record it directly in through the browser. So there is the option to record just your voice or record your screen, and I assume your voice as well here. Yeah, we can do screen plus webcam, screen only, and webcam only. So that's pretty nice. Now, once you've added your own media, it'll be available in the project, but then you can also have it be available in the cloud so that you can use, let's say you've got an introduction that you want to use across all of your videos. Well, you'd be able to just easily drag and drop that in as long as it's inside of the cloud area. So just going back to our plan details here, with plan 3, we get 1 gig of hosting space, but we also get 100 gigs of cloud storage. That's actually quite a bit, not maybe as much as you will need eventually, but 100 gigs of stuff that you're going to be using repeatedly over time, that should be plenty. And then as you're done with things, let's say projects wrap up, sales end, you could obviously free up some space in the cloud and maybe download that to your Dropbox or Google Drive if you want to keep it for safekeeping. Another interesting thing about the plans and pricing here is that all of the limits are per year versus per month. I don't think I've ever seen that on an AppSumo deal before, but that's kind of nice because if you need to use the tool a lot, let's say leading up to Black Friday, and then you're not going to touch it again until the next year, well, now you've got all of your limits kind of condensed down into that shorter window. So really great idea from the FlexClip team. I like that. Now, if you're looking to make a faceless YouTube channel where you're, maybe narrating or using AI to generate 90% of the content, with the tier 3, you are going to be able to create videos of unlimited length. In fact, with tier 2, you can as well. And tier 1's pretty generous here as well. 25 minutes, the only thing that's going to keep you down is a lower video quality. So if you're trying to do YouTube, I would do at least plan 2, but probably honestly, just the way they have the pricing stacked, tier 3 is so much more generous. You're getting 3 times more storage. You're getting 10 times more hosting. Yeah, that's right. Hosting, let's cover that. So when you're done with your project, obviously I'm not here. I can click export and now I can choose my resolution. I want to export at 40K and I can go up to 30 frames per second, but 24 might be enough. And the quality I can do high, recommended, or normal. And then I'll hit export. Oh, let me know there's no 4K resources in this project. So that's actually kind of too bad. It would be nice if it would scale up. So I can go down to 1080p here and export. Before I click this button, I have to point out that when I was in between recording here, I was screwing around with this top menu bar. And I noticed that I was switching between the different resolutions, or excuse me, the different aspect ratios. I went to 1:1. I was like, okay, that's cool. I went to 9:16 vertical video. I'm like, all right, it resized. And it looked a lot better those times. Every time I am switching aspect ratios, it's also adjusting the elements on the screen to fit on the screen. It's doing so automatically. And of course, I can still play around with this stuff and move it however I need. But when I go back to my standard 16:9, everything's kind of staying where it is. So I'm going to undo this. Hopefully I've got enough undo history to get back to what was the original, kind of decent look that we had. All right, there we go. It does seem to have like unlimited undo history. So that's nice there. But it's worth bringing up, like if you want to do a different aspect ratio, you can start with one template that might not be for that aspect ratio and then choose any of their presets up here in the top left-hand corner of the canvas and select the one that you need. Some kind of unusual ones too, like 4:5 and 21:9 for like ultra widescreen. All right, so let's go ahead and finish up our exporting here. So we're gonna do 1080p and hit export. And when this is done rendering, I'm going to be able to download it, I assume. But more importantly, I have a share link here. Maybe not more importantly, but importantly, that's the video hosting aspect of it. I've got a link that they're gonna host for me. And I can actually even allow people to download my video right from this link. So enable download. This can be a public link or a private link. And if you want to share this video right over to your cloud storage or maybe your YouTube or TikTok account, you'll be able to do that as well. So, I mean, you could literally run a channel right off of this application. All right, so you can see the video is still rendering here. I will check out the link as soon as it is available. Looks like it'll take about a minute.
12 seconds later.
Oh, that went up to 2 minutes. So, it's a computer. It never knows how long anything's going to take.
A few moments later.
All right, so my video just finished rendering. I can see a download started immediately, so I didn't have to click anything. It just downloaded. The share link is filling in here. Now it's 100%. I do have a link to download the video if I wanted to, or I can play it right here in this video. But let's pop open a brand new private window, paste it in my share link, and here is what people would see if you shared a video with them. Remember, I have downloads turned on, so there's this button right here there is a share option. So if you wanted people to share your videos, you could do that. We've got a copy link so that people can copy it that way, or report the video if you've done something wrong. You know, they do have their little sales pitch here. We've got FlexClip, create a video, but I mean, you can't blame them for that. There's no commenting system. There's no thumbs up, no thumbs down. So, you know, it's not a complete sharing platform. You'll want to use your regular tools for that, you know, YouTube, TikTok, whatever it is that you like to use for creating content. But overall, very impressive. I like this app much more than I thought I was going to. I could not possibly envision myself using it, but after screwing around with it a little bit, you know, I think this has something to it. All right, I'm going to close out this video by showing you the AI video generator. But before I do that, there's one more thing I like to do with this style of application, and that's check out the stock library, because we get unlimited access to the stock library with AppSumo's Tier 3 plan, which means you can grab as much stock footage, stock audio as you want, and then even repurpose that inside of other projects that you might be using on offline editors. I don't think there's anything inside of the licensing that precludes you from doing that. So let's just create a new video here. I'm going to do 16 by 9, although it doesn't really matter here. You choose whatever format you want to use it on. So I'll do 16 by 9. It prompts me to upload some media. I'll close out of that. And let's go over to the video section. And I'm going to just search here. Oh, I don't know. How about for birthday? There's a bunch of birthday footage here. I can just drag and drop it. Notice if I kind of put it in the right spot, it fills up the whole screen. It says timeline fit. Use the fit to screen button to see all of your clips. Got it. And it's now down below here inside of the timeline. You can see it's high resolution. I was dragging it over. It's kind of blurry, but now that it's actually in the timeline, it looks quite good. Oh, by the way, here's the fit button they were talking about. That kind of just scales the timeline out. Let's look at the stock footage. Looks like it's moving in slow motion, actually. So by the way, if I needed to play that back at a different speed, I can do that. There's actually a speed controller right up here. So I'd select my clip and then go to the speed controller, and I can change the speed. Let's say I wanted this to be, I don't know, 4 times faster than the original because it looked like it was in slow-mo. And now if we watch this back, well, it's got to render that. It's not going to do it in real time like you'd see on a non-linear editor, but the feature is there. So you can re-time things to make them look better, or you know, how you need them for your project. There's even these curve options, so you can have things speed up and slow down with these different templates right here, or different presets. All right, the one more feature I've got to check out before we do the AI video, which is the green screen. So let's see if we can actually just remove this child from the background. Oh, no, it looks like it's actually requiring legit green screen. It's not like AI image removal. So a little bit of a bummer there, but there is green screening. So if you're recording yourself with a green screen, you could potentially remove the background. All right, let's just explore the library a little bit more. Searching for sale here, see what kind of images we've got. Looks like a little countdown timer. Put this in at the end of the video. Looks like it's adding it over here. Okay, so that's kind of a cool little countdown. I'm not sure how it's related to the word sale, but that's how it was categorized. It's like there's lots of timers. Let's search for workout. And of course, there's always lots of stock stuff for workout, exercise, fitness, niche type of stuff. Most of these clips are only like 15 to 30 seconds in length. So it's not as though you'll be able to fill out a complete video just with one clip and then maybe narrate over it. But there's definitely enough here to give you some cool montage footage. Let's see what this looks like. So even though the clip looks like it's loaded into my timeline, as soon as it gets to this spot, it kind of stops playing. So this is one of the downsides of working in the cloud with video, is that it requires a lot of processing power, and it's not being offloaded onto your local machine, which can be good if you've got an old, slow machine, but also you're going to be dependent on the quality of the cloud server. And so in this case, for whatever reason, this clip in particular is having a hard time getting ready to play back. So yeah, I'll probably just move on from here. I mean, we can preview them rather quickly without adding them to our project. You can see, I think this might have been the one I selected. It looks like it's all good cinematography, good quality stock footage. So if you have like a fitness YouTube channel and you need stock footage of people working out, or maybe, you know, running or things like that, drinking their water while walking on the pier, well, it's all here. You can do that. You just have to add it to the clip, and then you could download this as a project and use it however you need inside of your YouTube videos if you don't want to build the whole thing here, which, you know, you could do that too. You could build a whole YouTube video right inside of this project, but just different ways. All right, so it's time for the grand finale, which I believe is going to be the AI video generator, which means we can create an entire video using AI. So there's an article to URL to video. I'm going to try that out. All right, I'm over on clientsamp.com. I'm just going to grab a single paragraph of one of our posts here, and I'm going to head back over to the article URL generator. I could just put the URL in, but I don't want it to do the whole thing because it's quite long. And I've got some different text options here. These are basically the subtitles that we saw before. I wish there was something just maybe a little bit more, I don't know, basic. But I'll do this cool text right here, this border one, and hit generate. And now it's making a video for me. Matching some content up to it. So we've got basically an AI voiceover with some stock footage already pulled in. All right, let's not even edit. Let's just add it to the timeline. We'll replace all. All right, that text doesn't look too bad. I don't mind that. Still rendering a few of these clips. Overall, the video is 41 seconds and it's just one paragraph of text generated very quickly here, other than these two clips that are still waiting to process. But I'm just gonna go ahead and play. It looks like they're coming along, so maybe it'll catch up by the time it's there.
In today's fast-paced world, staying organized and productive can be a challenge. Fortunately, there are tools available to help us stay on track and make the most of our time.
And then it kind of froze where this one has not fully processed yet. It's just a black screen, but we can see the potential here. I'll just play the outro.
Whether you're a busy professional, a student, or simply someone looking to improve their...
Okay, so it got the background music got way too loud, probably right about here. So what I think I could do here is just use the scissors tool, maybe clip that. No, I'd split it. That's what I would do. I split it right here, and then I can move it around. And then right-clicking on the audio, I can choose audio settings and just change the volume to be a lot lower. Now, it's not redrawing the waveform or anything, but I got to imagine it's going to be a lot lower. So let's check it out.
Whether you're a busy professional, a student, or simply someone looking to improve their time.
Yeah, way better. Definitely. Very intuitive, right? I didn't look at any manuals or tutorials to figure out how to do that. It was just, obviously I wanted to change that one chunk. So I found a way to cut it with the split tool here, and then we're good to go. Now, the other thing I'm noticing is that, the text is off the page. So I can fix that easily and just put it wherever I want it to go. And when I'm all done, just click the export button and you're off to the races. Now, I should point out, you can also export your videos as GIFs. Don't do them that are 41 seconds. That's ridiculous. But if you have little short ones, you could export those as GIFs. They're not going to have sound. GIFs don't have sound. But we could also just do pure audio. So if you do podcasts or something, you want to have it generate a AI podcast with this voice, you could do that as well. Just switching over to Arc real quick, I can confirm the problem I was encountering was a Safari issue. There are actually tons of different voices here. There's like a bunch of different languages. So yeah, you've got a lot of options. We are not stuck with Jenny and her ultra robotic voice. We can test a bunch of them out here.
Sure. Here are some possible slogans for a school.
If you can't find the information, you may want to consider contacting your state's insurance.
Some of these sound way better.
He waved to acknowledge the crowd, and then he waved again.
And just to confirm, translate also works. I can choose a language here. So if I want to translate this over into Spanish, translate from current project, boom, it's translating. And there we go. I've got my subtitle. All right, so there is kind of a speed run through FlexClip. I'm sure this video is going to be kind of long, but also this is a deep application with a ton of different features. So hopefully you've seen something in it that makes some sense, but if you have any questions about it, drop me a line down below. I'm going to give this one a 7.7. I think it's a very, very high quality online video tool. I'm still going to be partial to offline editing for video. It makes more sense for very long videos. But if you need to do social media content, short form, you don't want to be on camera, man, there's a great value here inside of FlexClip. So I'll have a link for that down below. You can check that out. If you click that link before making a purchase, it will support this content. I've got new LTD videos coming out every single day of the week. Check them out on the channel. Hit like, get subscribed if you haven't already. You should also be checking out clientamp.com so you can work with me on your business, or hey, you can check out my courses, even just read our free articles. There's a ton of content up on ClientAmp, so definitely check it out. That's gonna do it for now. My name is Dave Swift. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.